Can y'all describe femininity? Because in New York, in the tri-state area, we seem to have, specifically with women, there's a lack of femininity in our women. You know what I mean? So can y'all describe what femininity is? And you think there's an issue in Atlanta as well, as far as like women having like more masculine, they tend to show more masculine traits and feminine traits?
Yes, they do.
They fake try to be.
Fake masculine?
God,
Destiny, start us off.
Let's start with Destiny, man.
So which part you want me to answer first? The masculine or the
yeah.
feminine? That word.
Yeah, either or.
Now, as far as what would be considered femininity, if that's how you say it, if we're gonna be a buck, I probably really don't even know. Besides, you want to cook meal when you come home, you want your feet rubbed a little bit. Like, I don't know what too many men actually want besides to go to work, you stay out their business, and when they come home, have the food ready, massage their feet a little bit, and do what we do before we go to sleep.
That's catering to a man. Femininity is like a natural instinct of a female.
That I feel like when we give them that femininity or whatever, or we're vulnerable, it just seems like that's when everything go left. So I can't really sit here and say that because I feel like I have let my guard down times, and every time I let my guard down, here come the bullshit.
So do you feel like you have to be more masculine, or
I don't feel like I have to be more masculine, but I feel like once I meet somebody different, unintentionally I am more masculine because I know what happened this time. I tried to be vulnerable. I knew what happened this time. I tried to be vulnerable. So now it's like, well, let's just try it this way. And I feel like with masculinity, I feel like for whatever reason, they answer to that more. Like they on your neck a little more for whatever reason, and it don't make sense. Because when I'm trying to be a lady to you, you take full advantage of that, and you go over to the next woman to do whatever it is that you decide to do. But the moment I make it so hard to give you access to me, you own me like white on rice. I will never understand.
There's some truth in that message.
In Atlanta.
No, I'm not arguing that, but that's not. I wouldn't view that as masculine and feminine energy. It's just that you play. If you harder to get, the guys working harder, right? That's what you're saying.
These men here, no, they don't work harder because, again, the roles have been kind of changed.
Yeah.
So what are you saying then?
He asked me what was femininity, whatever the word is. I told you guys what I think it is, and I told you what they eventually get once I've been feminine and been vulnerable.
So
I get what you're saying.
All right, okay.
Yeah. What else you got to say, Ace?
Nah, you got it.
My femininity, I think, is from the way I walk to the way I talk. How I can be seductive, not seductive sometimes. My compassionate side, my nurturing side. I think that's my femininity. Everything that is me. I've really gotten self-aware and really in tune with my femininity like lately, and just trying to stay true to myself when it comes to that. Because I know sometimes we might get frustrated with men, and it might bring out a more masculine side. It's frustrating.
Thank you.
You're trying to keep that balance of like, you thinking in your head like, damn, this nigga trying me, like I'm about to buck up on your ass like a nigga. But then you gotta also like come back down to earth, like, and be true to yourself and
be a lady.
Yeah.
So why don't women feel that they could achieve the same results while still being feminine?
I don't feel like that we can. It's just
like
the
we
results we keep getting back.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I feel like we can. Maybe some. I feel like I try. It's just the results that I get back. Again, if I feel like I'm being feminine to you, I'm showing you a different side that I don't show people. Like, for instance, when I was talking to a dude. Now, in my head, maybe I should ask y'all this. When y'all approach a woman, you want to get to know her. However long y'all been talking, whether it's a week or two, y'all decide y'all want to do y'all first date. However that date goes, do you feel as though, because cooking for a man is supposed to be something personal. That's something I do for my man or my brothers. You know, somebody I'm truly close to. Do you think that's something a woman should be doing on the first date?
It's intimate.
A lot of men here assume that, because I'm talking to her, you should cook me dinner.
Because a nigga, he ain't got nowhere to take your ass. That's two different things.
But I'm telling you, here they won't do anything, and they still expect me to go in that kitchen and cook. That's what I'm telling you happens here. Granted, y'all looking at it like, what? But that is what's going on. You're not taking me out to at least a date or two, making me feel special, but you want to come home to a cooked meal and rubbed feet and get dick down? No.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with the last part.
Okay.
I've approached like my previous little situations I've had with like a different approach and being more feminine. And I've gotten a different result.
Like a bad or good?
Right.
I'll say, oh, Logan, honey, get him out of there. Like, I was real rough, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've always thought you think like a man, you know, because of my father, but I'm feminine. Like I said, I'm a lover girl. I can't help it. But I also was trying to, you know, kind of be tough because it's like, damn, like some of these men in Atlanta are really assholes and you have to match their energy with what they give you. But lately I've been more softer, you know, and more feminine and everything. And it's been smoother, I'll say. And they respect me more.
Are you attracting different quality of men?
Definitely am.
I do feel like masculine energy attracts masculine, and not to say feminine energy attracts, you know, feminine men or whatever the case is. But you know, if you do,
because I dealt with that in January.
This is Atlanta, maybe a little different, but I'm just saying in general, like. Let me get to Rose real quick. I want to hear what Rose is going to say before I dissect this.
Okay, so femininity to me is embracing the parts of me that make me a woman, traditionally within the gender binary, whatever that means, right? Where, you know, I feel like a lot of women do get a little bit perceived as weak for embracing those girly girl aspects of themselves, the nurturing aspect, the devotion, the love, the nurturing, you know. However, when you choose to be feminine, you choose to stand proud in your femininity, you do not let anything wave you. You do not waver for that you know, that negative energy, that anything that goes against your femininity. Do not let that pull you into that masculine space, because once you operate outside of your feminine space, you will really not get what you want as a woman. Literally. Like, that's what I have seen time and time again. And back to what you said about more masculine women, like, here's the thing. I feel like for Black women, we have to give Black women a lot of grace when it comes to this. We have to give Black women grace when it comes to not maybe being able to perform femininity the best way that's possible. You have to think about where we come from, and you have to think about our history. We've had our fathers ripped out of our homes for the last 300 years. We've had, you know what I'm saying? Like, so our mothers become our fathers. Our mothers become, and that's generational trauma that we're breeding, okay? There are women, I have aunts who are literally supporting like their entire, they got 3 kids, same man, but that man, I really don't know what happened to my uncle, to be honest, but it's like a family thing. But, you know, you can call her masculine, but really she's surviving. That's how you survive. So give Black women grace when it comes to that.
I hear you, but at the same time, these same mothers are also raising their sons to disrespect women and accept it. I mean, we don't want to talk about that part, but you know, men are players, and their mom's gonna stand beside them.
Yeah.
So at the same time, we give them grace, but the same men that are terrorizing, you know, the younger generation of women are created by their mothers who's cheering them on.
Of course. But let's take it back. Let's take it back again, right? Let's take it back again. If that boy would have then had a father to offset what his mother was doing, or to show him and give him an example, like, here's the thing. But when a girl is raised by her father and she's a tomboy, are we surprised?
I'm a tomboy.
We're not that surprised, are we?
No.
So when a man is raised solely by his mother and he cannot regulate his emotions as a man, and his emotional, like the emotional, you know what I'm saying? Why are we then putting the blame on the mother when really, where did the father go to teach this boy where to be a man, how to be a man? Let's take it all the way back. Don't just put it on Black single mothers who literally had no choice but to raise that child by themselves. They had no choice.
they
How
didn't-
you gonna blame them?
It can go
They
either
doing
way.
it the
They
best.
still have to take
They
it.
doing it
Because
the best
I'm
they
be
know
honest with
how.
you,
Men
the
can still
person
be
the person
there.
in my life who told me not to share my emotions or express my emotions was a black woman. Every time I cried, yo, don't cry. Every
And
time
I
I
hate
did
that for
any,
you.
that was a black woman.
And I
So
hate that for
I
you.
understand that single mothers, black women are doing their best, and I agree. And
Yeah.
you're saying that we should show them grace, and I also agree. But are y'all showing black men that same grace when y'all know that the government is working hard to not support black men and young black boys? They doing all the prison pipeline. Are y'all giving black men that same grace, or y'all still coming at, oh, y'all supposed to this, that, and the third? Y'all know the obstacles black men got to face.
Yeah.
I
mean?
totally
It's
agree,
hard.
but I feel like
We
one,
understand.
a black woman cannot teach you how to be a man. What you just said, I totally agree with everything you said, but I feel like depending on how she was raised as well, because 9 times out of 10, their parents are so stuck in their ways, so that's how they view
It's
certain
all
things.
situational.
So it's just like depending on what her parents said, in her eyes, a man not supposed to cry. Versus if I have a child, my baby crying, I'm gonna ask him what's wrong, express to me what's going on. But I feel like now our generation, we're trying to break those type of curses, because you can't say your mother didn't try. Hell, that's all she knew.
I
You
sympathize
know
with men.
what
I
makes
do.
it kind of even harder to think about that, because how Eli brought up the government. The government sets it up to the point where they want mothers to be single parents, and at the same time, I would have to say you guys would have to try to
Because-
build a relationship with the father, because they want you to be single
'Cause that's the
parents.
only way
That's the
you
only way you
could
can
get-
get it.
that's the only
That's
way
why
you
y'all
could've
don't
got
share apartments
assist,
with your
yep.
baby fathers, because you want to put them on child support. That's how the government has it.
But then I feel like in that same sentence, black men, because we have all these people going against y'all, especially the black men that go out and they're terrorizing or do whatever it is, then they got an officer in their face and you want to go back and forth. Sir, this is not the time to be tough. Shut your mouth and get home. So I feel like men have to also learn, you want to be hood, you want to be gangster, you want to tote this, you want to tote that, but you have to learn how to keep yourself out the way too. Because you can't just go out to these streets and do whatever it is that you want to do and just think, oh, I can't be touched. Baby, it's hit. The system is made for you to be touched.
A lot of black men
Exactly.
feel like they are invincible, I will say.
And here's the thing with that, right? We talking about masculinity and femininity. Really, what we're subscribing to is a westernized idea, like, Europeanized idea of what masculinity and femininity is. Okay, I'm from Ethiopia, it's an African country. Those traditional gender roles are not present back home. Yes, women are submissive to their husbands, but that whole idea of femininity is really, in my opinion, a Western concept. That being said, in the West, the white man rules, correct? And we're living in a white hegemonic patriarchy. So all men, including black men, are striving for white hegemonic male characteristics. That being said, right, white men who have those white hegemonic male characteristics, and when I mean hegemonic, I mean traditional, like the strong man, go out working, whatever. They're seen as protectors, providers, and what's the other P? It's protectors, providers, and some other P, whatever. Black men, they're seen as the predator. They have the same characteristics, the same idealized masculinity, the same toughness, the same brazenness, the same boldness. And one is seen as a protector and the other is the predator. So while we're talking about this system, right, can we just unilaterally agree that this does not benefit black men as well? The same way that it is a disadvantage to black women, it is a disadvantage to black men, because you guys are constantly being labeled as predators when really you are trying to protect. That's what you're trying to do, or at least
what it all comes
I
down
appreciate you.
I
for
definitely
saying
appreciate that.
yeah. But just to stay on the feminine energy real quick, when I think of feminine energy, I think of a woman embracing her inner goddess. You know what I mean? Feminine energy is powerful, and I think that women in our community don't understand that the power in being feminine. You know what I mean? There's so much of this masculine energy that's going on. They feel like they need to match the man, that they really don't understand that femininity is what inspires a man to want to be better. You know what I mean?
I like what you
Feminine-
said.
I like
what you said.
They're the ones that are
But
married.
again, I'm gonna say Atlanta again because that's the only place I know. I like what you said, and I like what you said. It's my walk. It's this. It's that. But I feel like the men here again ain't looking at my walk. They looking at the BBL.
These are some really shallow men.
And I
For real,
understand
y'all.
y'all looking
But
like
again, you could equate those type of men to the type of the not quality men. Because those are the same men y'all gonna be complaining about that.
But
ain't
I'm trying
shit.
to say, like, y'all not staying down here, so that's why we stuck with them.
So
First of all, all
I'm basically trying to wrap it up and say.
let me ask
That's
a
basically
question.
what I'm trying to wrap it up
Let
and
me ask a
say.
question. Let me ask a
Like,
question. So when you walking down the street trying to tell me that no good men try to talk to you.
no, they will. But if you put me next to the BBL, I don't know. I'm
Them
gonna
saying,
get the same
them
result.
saying good men go
Yo,
to the BBL.
your
Yes,
face
I'm
card
trying
could be
to
all the
I
way
could be
valid.
by myself. They gonna hit me. They gonna be on my neck. But if you put me in a club full of BBL,
Yep.
it's over with.
Nobody's
for me.
looking at me.
They're not gonna even look at this beautiful face.
I didn't
I
ran.
find that shit attractive.
I didn't ran into some real good.
Looking like some ants.
I love
But again, like I told y'all, I talked to a group of men last week, and he dead told me. And again, this is why I said I'm not waiting. It don't even make sense for me to wait. Like it don't make. He told me basically they're gonna do whatever it is that this BBL girl want. Like I told you, from the paying the bills to doing this to doing that, treating her right for now because they just want to fuck. But us natural women, yeah, you're wifey material. You just gotta wait for your turn. I'm not doing that. He said that out of his mouth. Him and his friends said,
That's how
Shame
they
on
we
him.
have to wait.
how they
They
think.
having fun right now.
Yeah.
They're not ready to settle down, so they just trying to fuck, get their nut in,
Yo,
and we gotta wait.
I
I
couldn't
tell you
do
one thing,
it.
New York niggas ain't tricking on no BBL. We only way we
I'm
tricking.
moving. I'm packing my shit.
I couldn't do
can't say
that.
that. Yeah, I
They
can't- I
love-
can't say
they
that.
love
No,
me
let me tell
for
y'all.
a woman's body as well, because it's like, yeah, I did that. Like, and it's also a thing of like, all right, I'm paying for that BBL. I get what I want in return. Like everything is a give and take. Like,
But that's
how
also
they-
Transactional.
Heavy on that.
that's also understanding the male nature. Like women are smart. Y'all understand that men are visual creatures. So if y'all want to aesthetically, if y'all want to look, get our attention, like men
But
are
aesthetically,
attractive.
But how
it don't be
insane
looking
is it?
real.
And how
My
insane
shit look
is
like
it?
a regular plum. It's cute. It's natural.
How insane is it that
it
we
do-
have to
it
risk
do look
our
good.
lives?
Hold on.
How insane is it that we gotta risk our lives and go to some country like a lot of these girls getting their shit done in Colombia, Dominican Republic?
Dumb.
How
They all
insane
stupid.
is it that we in this city have to feel like we gotta go and do that like it's an investment or something for our
To
future
make
for
more
men
money,
to
to get a
make more money
man.
from men?
For the
That's
man,
crazy
they
as
my
hell.
man.
And honestly, for the dudes that's out here, like specifically what you said, you're right. You're 100% right. It's dudes that will hold a good woman to the side. They'll breadcrumb the fuck out of her for years and have her waiting while he over here catching all type of STDs from these BBL bitches that's fucking everybody else in Atlanta. Cause let's
Trying
be
to get that
real.
bill paid.
Let's be real. You fuck one bitch, you fucked all of them in Atlanta.
Had to bring out the asthma pump on that one.
Okay.
Like, yo,
And
yo.
they want you to just like when they're like 35 years old, maybe they got a little belly or something. Bitches ain't really checking for them the
Ain't
way they
even
used
looking
to.
the same no more.
Now they want to turn around and be like, hey, what's
I'm ready.
up?
This is-
Remember?
this is-
Hey.
But
This is what I say, because I'm not going to lie. I'm 4'11", y'all. I was about 205 pounds a year and a half ago. I had to work for that shit.
Goddamn.
205. That's a lot.
You look good.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
you.
I had to work for that shit. So I will say it is a little bit disheartening when it's like these men are really going after the ones that are just BBL. Like it's
Just paying for it.
It's
Yeah.
an easy way.
I'm not
out.
risking my life for no man.
I was drugged through the mud in a very long relationship. They call it happy weight. That was a depressive weight for me. I was at my fucking lowest. So it's like I worked for that. I had to get reacclimated with myself. I had to look at myself in the mirror and hate myself sometimes, love myself again. That shit was hard, but like, bro, I'm here. I'm sexy.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, you do.
Shout out to you.
I definitely pick you up like Ben Rames on Baby Boy. I definitely pick you up like Ben Rames.
Yo, but you know what it is? I sometimes I think that the women, those type of women, are only going for a certain type of men, because I can tell you right now, we love natural women, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the natural women out there.
I can't even give women I ain't gonna hold you. I used to be Bernice
your wigs
Burgos.
at the door.
Bernice Burgos, I used to be on her body, but then I found out she had that work, so I can't give that woman the same credit as somebody that's natural. Because if you could just go to a doctor and give them 40,000 and be like, yo, I want to look like this,
It's not even 40,000 now.
whatever.
You're just doing it on a credit card.
I mean,
Care
whatever the
credit.
case is,
Yeah.
if you could go
Care
anywhere.
credit.
I'm paying on it monthly.
Yeah.
Medicaid.
If you could go anywhere and say, you know what, I want to look like this, I can't give you the same credit because you didn't work. You brought that. That's cheating to me. You get what I'm saying? And maybe I'm thinking that now because I'm a little older. You get what I'm saying? But is Bernice Burgos fine? Yes. Would I fuck the shit out of her? Yes. You know what I mean? If you're watching this, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, but
You are not proving your point,
No,
sir.
I would fuck the shit out, of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I would wife her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But am I going to
I'm
put
not
her
fucking
over?
Bernie's
Am I
bro.
going to put her over fucking somebody else who's more like a Chloe or a woman that's even Gabrielle Union? Like, I find Gabrielle Union extremely attractive. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Nia Long, I would love to see her.
like I love
Nia
those
Long.
women.
Rihanna, shout out to her.
Yo, I love Bria
Y'all
Miles.
not
Yo,
finna do this right now.